Margaret Atwood once wrote, "A word after word after word is power." Literature and the use of language in general has been a immensely powerful force to be reckoned with since the beginning of the written word. It has the immense power to capture a reader or audience's attention and alter their lives. Hello, my name is Gabby Garnett, and today I'm going to be discussing the literary merit of genre fiction. In today's world, fiction is widely praised and enjoyed by all types of people, but there is typically a divide between literary fiction and what tends to be more popular, genre fiction. Literary fiction consists of works that are known to be more sophisticated and are higher forms of literature. This can include classics such as the ones you would read in class, like Pride and Prejudice. Classics are known to be used in school, and literary fiction is taught and studied and considered more academic. Genre fiction consists of works that generally fit into an overarching category of literature and all have similar themes and storylines. I have been consuming both of these types of literature since I was able to read, but genre fiction, specifically speculative fiction, has been my favorite thing to read by far. So, today in discussing genre fiction, I'm going to be focusing on its effect on cognition, its social commentary, and its ability to evoke empathy. First, let's discuss genre fiction's effect on cognition. One of the leading reasons that defends the position that literary fiction has more merit than other types of literature is that it's supposed to improve one's cognition or one's theory of mind at a better rate than other types of literature. According to Theory of Mind, an academic journal written by Massimo Maraffa, a professor at the University of Rome, on iep.utm.edu, last accessed on May 1st, 2020, theory of mind is a part of psychology where one can ascribe mental states to other persons. Literary fiction is said to contribute to one's theory of mind at a significantly better rate than other types of writing, but this is actually a false, widely accepted notion. So, according to Does a Single Session of Reading Literary Fiction Prime Enhanced Mentalizing Performance, an academic journal written by Dalia Samur, a data scientist with a PhD in psychology in Cognition and Emotion, Volume 32, on February 1st, 2018, there were several biased errors done in previous experiments to assess if literary fiction actually does have a greater effect on one's cognition. When she conducted her own improved experiments on this subject, she found that literary fiction and more popular fiction did not have a statistically significant difference in its effect. So the base of conjecture of which the argument that literary fiction is objectively superior is actually faulty. Now that I've discussed cognition, let's discuss genre fiction's use of social commentary. Literary fiction is known to tackle intense topics and have very complex narratives. It is a misconception, though, that literary fiction is the only sophisticated way that one can absorb literature that takes a closer look at humanity and its more complex issues. Genres such as speculative fiction use imaginative and unrealistic mediums in order to explore social situations and complex issues. Modern science fiction and fantasy have started to focus on using symbolism and allegory to explore current social situations. Authors use science fiction and fantasy with magic or far-fetched ideas in order to delve into certain ideas from a new and innovative perspective. For example, a current phenomenon in the science fiction and fantasy world is N.K. Jemisin. She wrote the 5th season, which is the first book of the Broken Earth trilogy, in which all 3 books have won the Hugo Award, which is the biggest award one can win in the science fiction and fantasy literature genres. And she has been tackling intense topics and writing in innovative and creative ways and is pretty much taking up that genre with her new ideas. Her Broken Earth trilogy depicts a system of slavery where people with seismic abilities are seen as other and are enslaved for their abilities. This is meant to directly parallel systematic racism within the United States. According to N.K. Jemison's Dream Worlds, an article written by Rafi Kachadorian, a staff writer at The New Yorker, on NewYorker.com on January 30th, 2020, N.K. Jemison strongly believes that science fiction is mainly about change, technological, scientific, and social, that brings human beings into contact with unknown forces or forces someone to reassess that which is familiar. Jemison creates entirely new worlds and social systems so she can explore the deep history of subjugation within and racism in the United States without writing a story directly about United States systematic racism. Unrealistic fiction actually does give one insightful commentary and can start a spark of a conversation when parallels are drawn from speculative literature to existent issues within society. Now that we have discussed social commentary, let's talk about empathy. By creating stories that explore ideas or people that are considered other, authors are inherently creating a sense of empathy towards that group or idea. Fiction, whether considered to have literary merit or used to entertain people, uses narratives to create empathy to what or who is being explored in any given piece of writing. Empathy is created within a writing by an author exploring the complexities and inner workings of a certain culture, idea, or misconception. The power to create a writing in which one can take ideas and lessons from transcends the confinement of genre and the sophisticated literature. According to Reading Narratives, fiction reduces Arab Muslim prejudice and offers a safe haven from intergroup anxiety. An academic journal written by Dan Johnson, a professor at Washington Lee University, in Social Cognition, Volume 31, on October 5th, 2013, reading a narrative, regardless of the type of literature, can evoke a sense of understanding to a group of people. Johnson conducted a specific experiment to test if literature can reduce one's prejudice against the Arab Muslim community. He concluded that following a narrative, whether popular or genre or literary, actually does create empathy towards Arab Muslims. Genre fiction encourages understanding of social issues and different cultures just as well as literary fiction does. In conclusion, today I have discussed the literary merit of genre fiction, specifically focusing on its effect on cognition, its social commentary, and its ability to create empathy. Genre fiction deserves the same type of recognition that traditional fiction has always received. Genres are misunderstood to be simple and full of basic storylines when that is simply not true. Popular and genre fiction's power to capture one's full imagination while also being innovative and complex brings it to the same literary playing field as literary fiction. One single person reading from a popular novel is all it takes for an idea to spark and for that spark to light the flame that burns into something worthwhile.